Welcome to the BMS PODCAST. I'm your host, Avery Fuller, chilling with my co-host, Stephen Troutman Bay, a.k.a.
The Guru.
And we got a special guest of the evening today. We got one of the people who help shape our future in sports.
Coach Ray of Coach Ray Inspires.
Absolutely. And in football, you know, you got to be inspired to be good. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, if you missing inspiration, you might want to holler at Coach Ray.
Yeah, get at me. You know, that's one of the things that God has blessed me to be able to do is to be able to inspire the next generation. And I take that purpose, full accountability and strongly, and do whatever God asks me to do with it.
I love it, man. It's nothing better than a person who's playing a part in shaping the future, period. Listen, one of the biggest highlights of the week for me is the opening of training camp in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. It's that week.
It just feel like football season is just
You can smell it.
right there, you know. So, but that don't eliminate the NBA. And from what I know, the NBA is still, the off season is still being weirder and weirder. Kevin Durant is still on the market, and nobody has still grabbed Kevin Durant. It was a rumor that said that he didn't want to go play with the Celtics, even though the Celtics are putting together packages to pursue him by far, and the packages are awesome. Like, I probably would have jumped on it right away. You know, one of the packages that I saw was Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown. What's the dude name that was talking trash to Steph, saying that he'd be locking people down?
Marcus Smart.
No,
you already said Marcus Smart.
Yeah,
Jaylen Brown.
White.
Grant.
Yeah,
You talking about
Grant.
Grant Williams?
Grant Williams.
Oh, yeah.
And then 4 first-round picks.
Ain't no way.
That's a lot for
Ain't no
one
way.
person.
That ain't what Boston offer. That's what Brooklyn say they want.
They say they want first-round picks. They want multiple. Ain't no way.
That's not necessarily what they offer. That's what the conversation is about.
Right. That's the new conversation because the first conversation didn't include Marcus Smart and it didn't include as many draft picks.
Right, gotcha. Well,
So Brooklyn say in order to kind of get the deal done, we need Marcus Smart.
right.
Ain't no way.
I mean,
Ain't no way what?
I'm not giving up my future and my core for one dude. I'm just not. Like, you just win the finals.
And do you know that if Kevin Durant was on that team, they would have probably won the finals?
ain't
Possibly.
They would
Possibly.
I mean, it's always a
That's possible,
possibility.
but now you're about to give up. You're contemplating giving up a key piece that helped get you there.
right, but you're also adding the key piece
Is it?
with Jason
bigger
Tatum.
piece with Jason
You are
Tatum.
putting him with Jason Tatum,
And
and you still got Malcolm Brogdon.
right.
You know, and you losing Marcus Smart, Grant Williams, and Jaylen Brown, but how much of them do Kevin Durant replace?
I mean, are we talking offensively or overall?
Overall.
It's just offensive. Marcus Smart and them, they play defense, man. Is Kevin Durant that elite of a defender that you're willing to cough up some decent defenders for him?
Kevin Durant is that elite of an overall player, right? So for instance, so let's say Kevin Durant's defense is a 7.
Okay.
Marcus Smart defense is a 10. Kevin Durant's defense is a 7. But Marcus Smart's offense is a 6, and Kevin Durant's offense is a 10.
Okay.
So would you prefer the person that's going to get you what you need, which is buckets?
I mean, to that degree, I understand where you're coming from, but the frustrating thing with this, in my opinion, is that Kevin Durant, in a couple of occasions, has shown that when he ain't happy, he gonna run.
Right.
So you gonna take that risk?
That's definitely a risk.
It's
So
a
why assume
short-term
risk?
solution, though.
And that's the problem that I have with a lot of things in the league now. Is how do we fix things short term? Nobody's thinking to play the long game anymore. It's we want to win this championship now.
Well, for this actual trade, it actually caters kind of to the long term because he still got 4 years left on his deal.
If he chooses to stay,
he don't got a choice. He don't have an opt-out clause.
He can force his way out.
I mean,
his way out of
that's what I'm
Brooklyn.
saying.
He
Like,
can force it his way out, and then they just get somebody else.
but so now you've wasted getting rid of picks. You've wasted a potential future off somebody who's temperamental when things ain't going his way.
Is it a waste if you get a championship out of him?
One?
Just one.
They might get 2. They might get 1,
if
but if
he's
they get
happy,
1,
you get 2. So no, it's not a waste if he's happy and he stays. No, but if he gets to where he is now, like look, Brooklyn they were banking on him coming in, being the guy, bringing them to a championship in Brooklyn. He didn't deliver.
Mm-hmm.
So now what's his thing to do? Now I'm out. I ain't deliver. One, I ain't deliver on the championship like we said, and I ain't deliver on being a leader like I'm supposed to be. So he ain't deliver on either one of those. Now I gotta go.
I don't think he was ever a leader.
Right. I think him going to Brooklyn was him trying to say he was.
right?
Because he wanted to believe that he was the missing piece in Golden State. You won't.
Well, the problem,
you were an addition. They just did the same thing with Andrew Wiggins.
Well, the contradictory side of that is he went to Brooklyn with Kyrie.
Right.
Ain't nothing about that a demonstration of leadership.
Well,
he was the key. He was the bigger star.
Right. He was the biggest star, but Kyrie got him to go there. He didn't get Kyrie to go there. You see what I'm saying? Like it's a difference if he made a conscious decision to go to Brooklyn and Kyrie came and joined him in Brooklyn.
I feel you, but all right, look at it like this. If I got Kyrie there, which is a key piece, right?
Mm-hmm.
I bring in Kevin Durant. I'm looking for Kevin Durant to be that guy to get my guys over the hump because, contrary to what people want to say, he's a bigger star than Kyrie.
Right.
So I'm expecting him to take control of the locker room to lead these guys. That's my expectation. That's why I brought him in. And
I think the problem in that is when you create an expectation for a person who has never done it, who's the fool in this?
The ownership.
You know what I'm saying?
Ownership, easily.
Because for you to have never led a team or been the leader on your team, and I bring you in for the purpose of leading the team, that to me that's like,
I guess you got to factor in the OKC years. The OKC years.
No,
he wasn't a leader. He wasn't a leader in Golden State. He wasn't a leader in Golden State.
He was not the definitive leader, but he was the leader
in Golden State.
Yes,
I think definitively it was Steph.
He was not a
the
leader
best
at all.
player.
He was a
on the
piece.
team.
He was a piece.
He was the best player.
He was the best player.
He was the best player at
Being
the biggest time of the year.
Don't make you a
leader. He was
leader.
a piece in Golden State.
That's what I'm saying.
That team ran through Steph.
Right, but he was no. In the finals, they ran through Kevin Durant.
Well, I'm saying
in the playoffs, they ran through Kevin Durant.
But I'm saying as far as leadership,
and if he go to as far as offensively,
I'm talking about overall leadership.
That's Steph.
But sometimes your best player is really not the leader.
Agreed.
Right. But and the point that I'm making is that he is not a leader. He hasn't been a leader. So to provide an expectation of him being a leader when he ain't never did it.
He did it in OKC.
But that's what I'm saying. So in OKC, he inherited the title of leader because he was the better player.
But was he actually a leader?
He was not.
James Harden wasn't the leader.
But James Harden was the sixth man.
Russell Westbrook wasn't the leader.
Nick Collison was the damn leader.
A locker room leader at least.
But
it's a simple fact of the matter is when you are bringing those kind of players in, those big name guys, your expectation is for you to come in and change the culture and change the locker room. That's something I'm very big on as a coach. If you are a talented player, the expectation is for you to change the culture in the locker room. Don't be that guy to just come here because you talented and keep your mouth shut and like, I'm going to get mine.
And that's
level, where they at.
On this level, they bring you in to win championships. They don't give a damn about you changing the culture in the locker room. That's what it's Jason Tatum's team, right? Yeah. But Kevin Durant would get Jason Tatum over the hump. And he would take some of that pressure off of Jason Tatum.
But what happened with that is you bring tension because now with Kevin Durant coming in there, you might have guys that'll unintentionally side with KD on stuff and guys that'll stay with, Tatum on stuff because Kevin Durant's the bigger name. So subconsciously he becomes a leader to some capacity.
Did you see Jason Tatum in the finals?
No. He folded.
Okay.
He folded. He did fold in the finals.
Right. That's why you need Kevin Durant.
He folded like some towels.
He folded like some fresh dried towels.
He folded big time. I don't think Fold get more definitive than that.
Don't listen. All them texts. I text Kobe and all that.
Oh
listen, man, don't do that. Don't do that to Kobe's name.
He texts Kevin Durant after the game.
Hey,
he's texting his shooting coach.
Kevin Durant was hurt. I know he was hurt just watching him play.
Yeah.
Okay, but even then, some players ain't played last year. One in particular is one that just got paid, which even then I don't know how that worked. How players that ain't got a lot of time under their belt getting max money. And I'm talking about Zion. Zion is officially back. He's officially good to go, as they say.
Yeah.
And I think what you think his year going to be like coming up, Guru?
If he can stay healthy, he's going to be dominant. And it's a big question mark besides if he can stay healthy.
Now, when you say dominant, how dominant are you saying? Are you saying like top 5 in the league dominant?
At his position, yeah.
Okay,
definitely.
That's a good.
That's a good cover.
Right.
That's a good switch up.
I mean, but if you look at him from a statistical standpoint, when he was last seen in the league, he was arguably the most dominant at his position.
I think he is.
He probably is. Period. Just because, number one, it's not a big man league no more. And while he played the role of a big man, he not necessarily the average size of a big man.
I'm gonna give you a chance to recant that statement of it's not a big man league.
It's not.
The 3 best players in the league are big men.
Who?
Giannis.
He's not a big man.
Joel Embiid and the Joker.
Joel Embiid is a big man who want to be a small guy.
The Joker, Embiid.
Who's the Joker? The Joker.
Yeah.
Nicola, okay.
So that's 3.
So you got Embiid.
I say the 3 best players in the league.
Giannis not a big man though.
No, he's not. Giannis is a hybrid.
He's a power forward. That's a big man.
But I'm saying like
that's the same position.
I got you. I see what you're going. I see what you're going. That's like KD position.
Zion playing.
Is Giannis a power forward or a small forward?
He's a power forward.
He's a power forward. He's right. He's a big. But
the boy that was hurt in the playoffs, he's a small forward. What's the boy name, man?
Middleton.
Chris Middleton.
So outside of those 3, what other big man is out there for us to say is a big man league?
They're the 3 best players. I just say the 3 best players in the league are big men.
In order for it to be a big man's league, we got to consider it being like more than 3 guys.
Right.
We will say the Joker is definitely one of the best big men in the league right now. Giannis, power forward, yes. And then Joel Embiid, to me, should be the best big man in the league. Should be.
Right.
But that's 3 guys. How many teams in the NBA?
Exactly. And that's what I was saying.
My statement was the 3 best players in the league are all big men.
Right, but that don't make it a big man league. It's the point.
It doesn't make it not a big man league.
How? Listen, it being a big man league is not based on 3 big men being good. It's based on...
No, I say 3 being the best.
Like the big man back. Like think about like the
MVP
old era.
A big man.
Every team had a big.
Your number 2 in the MVP category is a big man, and your number 3 is a big man.
Okay. But what about the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, all the way up to 50?
They don't count.
See that?
Oh man! All right, so
remembers?
So with that said, I got a question for both of y'all, and it's a really it's not a trick question, but it's a question that's gonna make you think.
Okay.
In the NBA right now, who is your top 5 most underrated players?
When we say most underrated, what we talking about?
As far as what they bring to a team.
In our opinion, or
in your personal opinion. That's 100% personal.
Top 5 underrated, and I'm a football guy.
I get it.
I mean, it's hard to come just off the top of the head and think of who your top 5 most underrated players are.
Of course it is. That's the whole point.
Because, I mean, you think about, like, all right, let's put this in perspective. You're asking for underrated players. Most of the people that we're going to name are guys that names are out there.
Yeah, who's pretty much rated.
Who's pretty much ready. So you can't really say they're underrated. You just say it's not their moment yet.
Okay.
Because they got other guys in front of them.
I'm going to say one is, in my opinion, Drew Holiday.
I think he's been underrated for a while.
Drew Holiday is underrated, in my opinion.
I agree.
Oddly,
1,000%
I like him. I like him a lot. You know what I'm saying? And he's been underrated for a while.
He's possibly the most underrated player in the league.
Easily.
Literally.
Easily.
You put him on Boston. You put him on any of those teams in the playoffs. They go much further than where they went.
I think Jaylen Brown is underrated.
But see, that's the thing. See, now that gets to the point where I was saying was you mentioned somebody's name, and you like, well, everybody already know this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you know who he is, but I think
his star power.
He got star.
He is not.
He ain't there yet.
He's not the biggest name on Boston.
But he in the mix.
Right, but you're going to mention Jason Tatum before
Facts.
him, and he almost carried Boston to a championship.
I agree. Almost
disappeared and wet the bed.
Yeah, he went to sleep. He went to sleep.
I think that he is underrated because in that same breath, he is being mentioned in all the trade rumors.
You know who I think, and people gonna look at me like crazy for saying this, but and let me explain myself after the fact. Klay Thompson. Here's why.
I was about to say Klay Thompson.
Here's why. Because he's got a shadow cast over him. Steph Curry is the shadow. He's a better defender than Steph. Clearly, by far. Naturally. He's a better two-way player than Steph. The problem is Steph's just bigger name.
Right. Steph is like a 14-year-old running up and down the court.
Exactly.
With grown men, you know what I'm saying? They're just throwing the ball up and
just going in. Whereas Klay is playing solid on both sides.
Y'all do know Klay Thompson can't dribble, right?
See, that's what
he has.
That's semantics.
Klay Thompson don't gotta dribble.
He do. If you take the ball handlers off the team, he is average.
That's semantics.
Listen, one thing about basketball is the ball don't gotta touch the ground.
Shaq couldn't shoot free throws. Was he not elite?
Didn't we watch Klay Thompson score 50 points in a quarter on 3 dribbles?
Right.
Yeah. And how many other people you seen do that?
He ain't got the job is to
score.
Saying?
Exactly. But my thing is, I think Klay Thompson gets the credit he deserves, to be honest.
I don't think he does, because I think that shadow, like you think about it, especially with him being injured that year, right? So that kind of took a little bit away from him. He came back this year. He was a little slow coming back. He's, for some odd reason, Draymond had a name cast over him for a little bit, which I don't understand. And then you got Steph. So it's almost like this entire season when he came back, Klay was kind of like fighting for his name again.
He was fighting for it.
He was fighting for his name again because he fell off the map because he was hurt.
Right. Yeah, that's a tall task though. You hurt for 2 years straight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
so
you're trying to come back in the mix. But Steph could get hurt. But let's keep it like this. Steph could get hurt first game of the season, come back the next year. He ain't got to fight for his name back.
Right, because it's already there.
And he won the Finals MVP, so that's like more than solidified him. But Klay had to earn his respect back. So that's why I say he's definitely one of the most underrated. And he's one of the most gifted on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I agree 100%. had to pause on
that.
Straight up. All right, so let's switch gears. Switch the gears around and let's go to some NFL, of course. You're a cup of tea, coach.
Yeah, no doubt.
One of the things that we want to do is a versus. Versus is something that's big, right? So we're going to do versus on legendary running backs. Both of these running backs are Hall of Famers. Both of them are similar, just like our receivers was last week. They have similar stats. But I want to know who you feel like was the better running back.
Okay.
It's Edgerrin James and LaDainian Tomlinson. And just to kind of get some background on their accomplishments. Edgerrin James, he played 10 years in the league. He has 7 years, 1,000 yards or more. 2 years he went over 1,500.
Right.
He also was a 4-time Pro Bowler, a 1-time All-Pro, and a Hall of Fame, of course. And then you got LaDainian Tomlinson, who played 11 years. He had 8 seasons of 1,000 yards or more. He had 2 seasons where he had 1,500 yards or more. And he is a 5-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro, and, of course, a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
So as far as I don't want to speak on who got the better career because, we break down the accolades and, that'll stand out. But I want to know who you think was the better player.
And see, conventional wisdom would tell me to go with my guy because I'm a University of Miami guy.
Okay.
So that's what conventional wisdom would tell me. But I'm a realist. LaDainian Tomlinson was light years better.
Light years better.
Light years better than me. Why I say that, and this is the point where people gonna be mad when I say it like this. He was a product of having Peyton Manning as his quarterback. You had arguably the smartest guy at the helm as your quarterback. He knew when to give you the ball, when not to give you the ball, and how to give you the ball.
Well, didn't LaDainian Tomlinson have that?
Who did he have?
Drew Brees.
He had Drew Brees for a couple seasons.
Right.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers after that.
Right.
But when Marty Schottenheimer took over, that's when he was like, "You gonna get LaDainian the ball." LaDainian ran the ball a lot. He was better in the passing game than Edgerrin.
Mm-hmm. Well, they both started their career the first 7 seasons or 5 or 6 seasons over 1,000 yards each year.
But when we look at it, doesn't LaDainian Tomlinson hold the record for most touchdowns in a season?
I believe so.
So does Edgerrin James have that record?
Of course not.
Okay, and Edgerrin James didn't get to didn't make a Super Bowl. Neither did LaDainian Tomlinson. And I think that was the game where Marty Schottenheimer took the ball from him in the second half. To me, that solidified how great he was because you didn't run the ball in the second half. That year, San Diego played New England and lost an AFC title game because you took the ball out of your best player's hand. To me, that solidified it. Edgerrin James, if push comes to shove, Peyton Manning going to get you there. Peyton Manning going to get you there. You know what I'm saying? If he actually played like Peyton Manning in the big game. You
don't think Drew Brees could or Phillip Rivers could? I mean, Phillip Rivers is possibly a Hall of Famer.
Possibly. He's our era's Dan Fouts.
Oh shit!
He's our era's Dan Fouts, and he happens to be a Charger. Unfortunately, he had the accolades, he had the skill set, he just couldn't get to that game.
Okay.
He's our era's Dan Fouts.
What about you, Guru?
I say ALT myself personally, and it's strictly based upon his ability to catch the ball over edge. I don't know the stats offhand, but I know if you would have pulled up their receiving yard numbers, it's not close.
Yeah.
I'm you pulled up their receptions, it's not close.
Right.
He had receiving touchdowns on top of rushing touchdowns.
And I want to say, ALT was one time Offensive Player of the Year, was it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Edgerrin James was too.
He was the one time Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Okay.
LT was kind of like a modern day Marshall Faulk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Kind of the same skill, same skill set, can block, can run, catch out of the backfield. Like, he was a complete weapon. Right. Edgerrin James ain't had that. He wasn't complete.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that these guys are as successful as they were during their time now?
I think LT is.
Yeah.
I don't think Edgerrin James is.
I think they both are, depending on the system.
I mean, it depends. What team would they go? Like, what team would you put them on for them to be successful?
Okay, so
Edgerrin James could both could be pretty much successful on any team.
If you could pick a team that you'd be like, this is a guarantee that he's going to be successful, what team?
San Francisco.
Oh, I'm a Niners fan.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Either one of them would be successful in San Francisco.
Oh, because Shanahan
it's the system. That's what I'm saying. Edgerrin James would be just as successful in Indianapolis this year as he was with Peyton Manning. Okay. He's better than Jonathan Taylor. And they has a dynamite offensive line. So if you put him in Indianapolis, I don't think they miss a beat.
You put LT in somewhere like Kansas City.
You can put Edgerrin James in Kansas City.
You put either one of them in Kansas City, they're going
to right. I mean, but I'm just saying, I'm looking at it from the perspective of like the type of player that LT is, because he can you can flex him out. Right. You couldn't flex Edgerrin James out and match him up with a slot or outside linebacker.
But you're going to have to stack the box.
Oh, believe it.
And you can't stack the box against Kansas City. So
put both of them on Jacksonville. Who more successful?
ALT.
Jesus.
ALT more successful
because he gonna check it down to him a lot.
Yeah. He's a more versatile player.
Right.
He gonna have Trevor Lawrence gonna check it down to him every other play. It's gonna be like when Alex Smith had Frank Gore.
I get it. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense, man. I had to take a look and just kind of see, like, what is the overall difference between the two. But when you pointed out passing yards, that's something that I didn't look into. Mm-hmm. So that's a big difference maker. Okay, so let's keep going. Julio Jones, the rich
get richer,
is getting richer. Julio Jones signed a 1-year deal with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Guru, thoughts?
That's a big deal.
They got him slated as the 4th receiver.
For now.
For now, yeah, exactly. But he playing with Tom Brady.
Right. And Tom Brady going to get him the ball.
So what kind of season you think he's going to have coming up?
He's going to probably have about 500-600 yards. Because he probably won't make it past 7 games.
I'm with you on that.
Coach.
I'm laughing because I agree. I think Evans was going to have a big year because of Julio Jones. Because now you got to figure out who you're going to double cover when he's healthy.
Right.
When he's healthy, you got to figure out who you're going to double cover. It's like, if I do Mike Evans, I got to worry about Julio with a one-on-one on a 6'1" DB.
Mm-hmm.
If I double cover Julio, now Mike Evans can torch who's on the backside, because now Mike Evans is going to pretty much become your guy.
And that's not including Russell Gage or Chris Godwin.
No, Chris Godwin. So
Russell Gage is going to be the odd man
nickel
out.
corner is checking Chris Godwin.
Right.
Yeah, that's
the fastest man on the team.
Fastest man on the field.
well, I think he's gonna have 1,000-yard receiving season.
If he stay healthy, he will.
He's gonna have that season kind of like when Welker was in New England, where you just like, yo, we got to let him eat to keep the other two out the end zone.
And I see it kind of more like when Randy Moss was there, but without the records.
No. But what I'm saying it from Godwin's standpoint.
Oh, okay.
You know, because he has Julio Jones on the outside, and you got Mike Evans now. Yeah, Chris Godwin, you gonna match me up with an outside linebacker and a strong safety? Oh, I'm about to work this.
It's a ton of leeway for Julio, and I feel like Tom Brady is sitting at home like a kid on Christmas, just waiting to throw the ball to somebody.
At the end of the day,
and I think Gronk gonna come back mid-season.
If Gronk come back, that's like, bruh, come on, dog.
So one of the other things that Coach, you're a Niners fan. So we in the news for two reasons, of course. Training camp started and Debo is not practicing, but that's because they're in the process of negotiating this contract for which
pay that man.
Somebody said, we're gonna sign him. We ain't gonna let him go.
Pay that man.
Do you think he should be paid like an elite receiver?
No. But I think he should be paid to compensate him for what he accomplished last year as the only consistent weapon we had outside of Kittle, who, needed Debo to shine because then his job was a little easier. But we don't get to the NFC title game without Debo.
Right. I think his hybridism, I made that word up.
Yeah.
Is the reason he should get paid. The exact thing that A.J. Brown got, which I don't know if I believe A.J. Brown should.
A.J. Brown's not even close to elite to me.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that he should definitely get $1 more than him at least.
Oh, easily. I think Debo deserves to be paid like a weapon, but
100%.
elite receiver money, nah, because you ain't showing us that status yet.
Right.
You showed us that you can be used in multiple ways, which is cool, because Percy Harvin got used like that. But would you consider Percy Harvin an elite receiver?
Did you compare Percy Harvin to Debo Samuel?
No. But I'm saying the way they used them.
You kind of mentioned them in the same sentence.
No. But it's not compare. It's just it's bringing awareness to the fact that they're using him the same way.
Same sentence.
They're using them the same way.
Right. But Percy did not have a season nowhere in comparison to this last year Debo had.
But
and I love Percy.
I do too. But he was a hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't paying him like an elite receiver. They were paying him like what he was. So with Debo, it's the same thing. You want to be paid like an elite receiver, play receiver and show them you elite.
I think that's what he want to do, though. I think that's
what he want to do, but that's not a part of the game plan.
No, that's not part of the game plan.
The runner. He wants to be the receiver.
I agree. But you got rid of, the running backs kept getting hurt. You can.
That's what I'm saying. But that's not, you can't put that on Debo. You got
No. I'm not faulting Debo. But what I'm saying for him is you're asking for a top dollar as a receiver. Even when we had those guys, you weren't showcasing yourself as a top tier receiver.
Well, I seen him as a utility, do everything that we need him to do, person, and I think that's enough to get him paid.
Yeah, pay that man,
you know what I'm saying?
We talking like top tier receiver money.
Yeah, if we're paying him as a receiver, he's at 15, 16.
Exactly. But if we paying him for what he is now, we can start talking.
We can throw 25,
26 million, but like the upper money that he looking for, like.
Yeah, we gonna get to him.
He gonna get paid
because now the training camp done started. So one thing we know coming in is that we want Debo to be there, and it don't help Trey Lance none for him to not be a part of the training camp and build a rapport that they
chemistry.
Need to. You know what I'm saying?
So what do you feel about Trey Lance?
I'd rather keep Jimmy Garoppolo for now personally, because number one, Jimmy Garoppolo is a winner. It's 5 quarterbacks that got over 70% win percentage since the year 2000, and one of them is Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy Garoppolo is a glorified game manager who has survived because the defense got him multiple chances on offense.
Sometimes the system, as my good man Guru say, sometimes the system don't require Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady. Sometimes the system works specifically or is catered specifically to a glorified manager.
But when called upon to be the guy, Jimmy can't be the guy. And we've seen that multiple times.
I think that the biggest thing is with Jimmy, he's not called on that often. and when he is called on, it's in the worst possible position he could be in.
Like the Super Bowl?
Literally. Super Bowl or the AFC Championship. He was called on in the AFC Championship within the NFC Championship within the 10-yard line with 20 seconds left. You know, like we could say if that was Aaron Rodgers all day long, but name 10 quarterbacks in the league that's covering that.
Oh, no. Not even. I think Jimmy Garoppolo, unfortunately, we paid money for him based upon his short tenure in New England, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, this guy has it. Belichick signed off on him. He has it. He came to San Francisco. The system made him look really good.
Well,
we bought the farm.
One of the things that I always say is when Jimmy is playing, we win. No matter what the system
we beat
is.
Teams we supposed to beat.
No matter what when Jimmy get hurt for the year, we don't go to the playoffs.
But,
think about the last 3 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
2019, we go to the Super Bowl.
He fits Shanahan's system.
Exactly.
But we beat teams we supposed to beat.
But when he's out the game, why we can't beat nobody?
Listen, the Super Bowl year, he threw for 88 yards in the NFC title game.
Right, because
and
they couldn't stop the run. You're a coach. If you playing a team and your running back is doing whatever he want to do in the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a close game, but your running back right now, he got 300 yards rushing because the moment he touched the ball, they can't do nothing with him.
I'm trying to figure out when did this turn into San Francisco sports radio.
You got two San Francisco fans talking about
We were talking about Debo. They done broke down the whole Super Bowl contest against Kansas City. They done broke down the NFC. We got the NFC West next week.
I apologize.
Yeah, man.
We got to talk about NFC West. I got hype.
Next week, man, and gave all the 49er talking you wanted to talk, but y'all is not going to bash me 2 weeks in a row with this nonsense, man. Do you think Debo is deserving to get paid more than the Cheetah?
I don't think so. I don't think so yet.
No, that's not more.
He had a better receiving year than the Cheetah last year.
No, I don't think so yet.
I think the Cheetah also was injured.
No,
yeah.
Cheetah wasn't. But
the Cheetah didn't get hurt.
Cheetah got hurt this past year.
He did. I had him on my fantasy.
He got hurt.
How many games he missed?
Like 3 or 4.
Yeah. Debo played all 16?
He did.
Yeah.
So the best ability is availability. So
oh my God.
I like how you flipped that though.
One more reason I'm paying Debo more than the Cheetah because he did more than the Cheetah.
Cheetah got a Super Bowl ring.
He do.
I'm just saying.
He do.
That's it.
He don't have a Super Bowl ring in Miami.
I just know
he
ain't even played
that.
Debo been to a Super Bowl. And I say if you put Debo on Kansas City over the Cheetah, they still win the Super Bowl.
I think that's more play calling
in that system.
Yeah, in the system.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying because the Cheetah is more of a one-trick pony than Debo.
Agree. Now, I will agree with you on that. I do think that the Cheetah is a one-trick pony.
The
problem is that one trick work every time they call it.
Right.
Almost.
They can't do nothing about it.
I mean, you can't do that. He top speed.
It didn't work against the Bengals.
You can look at it, but it don't,
That pass rush for the Bengals.
That pass rush that the Bengals had would have been Debo sweep left.
Yeah. I mean, well,
Debo
LA did show what to do with it
screen.
against the run. They did show what they could do against the run.
You see what I'm saying? So I think Debo adds a dimension to the game, even outside of him playing the running back position, right? I think if you line Debo up strictly at receiver, because you got to think about it, he played running back a lot, right?
Yeah.
From the middle of the season on, he still had 1,400 receiving yards.
Yeah.
And he still almost had 80 catches.
Yeah, but I think a lot of that too is because who else did we throw the ball to?
Wasn't Kittle hurt?
We ain't throw the ball up to nobody except Debo. And they can know that Debo is about to get the ball, but we throwing the ball to Debo a 5-6 yard pass and then Debo breaking for 6.
And he was right, he's a physical presence.
But everything y'all saying is kind of arguing Debo's point. I'm their only receiver. Pay me my money.
Is he better than Kittle?
If he's healthy and Kittle,
is he better than Kittle?
If he's healthy and Kittle not.
From a receiver standpoint, he's better than Kittle. From an overall player standpoint, I believe Kittle is more of an asset.
Yeah, I think you can survive with Kittle more so than Debo.
That's the same thing Kansas City thought. That's why they moved the Cheetah, because they got Travis Kelce.
Yeah, you're right. 100%.
He ain't no Travis Kelce ain't no weak link.
That's what I'm saying. So
if you're that guy, they ain't thinking about it. That ain't even a thought. They gonna pay you. You think they hesitated on pulling the trigger on Kittle?
Some of these organizations, man, are stubborn.
To a degree. But if you know somebody's that big of an asset, you're going to pull that trigger.
And some of these organizations feel like when you get into the point where you want to bully, we're going to show you that you can't bully the organization.
I think that's what Debo messed up at.
Right.
I think you still on your rookie deal. I get it that you feel like you deserve to be paid more, but you still on your rookie deal. Buy your time because everybody else has bought their time.
But I don't think Debo tried to bully. I think he just made his demands public.
But that's bullying. You're
not
trying to force their hand, and for what?
Because they're not trying to pay him.
But
Think about it this way: would Debo be getting paid if he would not brought it public that he wanted to be traded?
Yeah. Here's why I say that: because did Nick Bosa bring his stuff public?
Who's more valuable, Nick Bosa or Debo?
No, we back on the 49er talk.
I'm just asking.
Right.
So, are you arguing that you're that good and you deserve to be paid, or are you looking for fairness? Because in the sense of the matter, when we talking about Debo, you didn't have to do all that. They see what you accomplishing. You think they not think about paying you?
Right, but obviously they lowballed him if he came out public. If he requested a trade where so is that not forcing their hand? That's not bullying. That's not bullying. Okay, no, that's not bullying. If you feel like you it's unfair treatment.
Hear me out. I'm not at all saying what Debo did is wrong. I'm looking at it from the perspective if I'm an owner, and I'm like, I know I need this guy, but you're not gonna try to punk me for this money. Like that's what you're not gonna do.
But you don't think it's bullying for them to lowball him?
That's negotiation. That's what you got an agent for. No, we're not taking that. But we gonna come to camp and we're gonna do everything we're supposed to do, and we're gonna negotiate our terms.
Hence, his agent say, "Let's go public," because they ain't trying to meet our terms.
And that's when you say we're gonna play this out, and then if you don't come with the money we like, we gone. So now the ownership got to be like, shoot, we about to lose one of our best assets because we ain't pay them. Now you look dumb. So versus we gonna go public with it and do some childish stuff like, oh, I'm deleting them from my Instagram and all that. Like you grown.
Right. So, all right. So, Coach, from what I know, you got a book.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about it.
Okay, so I actually contributed to an anthology. Grief Through His Eyes is the name of it. It's a book that was brought. It was brought to us by Miss Deborah Fry. She called and 14 gentlemen who have dealt with grieving in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Each one of us contributed a chapter to this book. So it deals with grief from tough times at work, relationship grief, death in the family. So what happened is we all contributed to this book and we all came together and it just became this big thing. And whereas before you think you just kind of like contributing to something like, okay, but you don't realize where there's a reason why God asked you to do it.
Right.
Because in doing this book, I was able to write out the grief that I dealt with after my father passed and the stuff that I dealt with. So I was able to contribute right that and kind of get that out. A lot of people didn't know what I dealt with internally from that. So this book is definitely for anybody who has dealt with grief, any capacity, that just wants to learn about how people overcome it. You know, you got 14 stories about men who overcame grief. So that's the story of the book. That's awesome, man. That's good because I think especially for men to see that they're not the only ones going through something, or see that somebody else kind of either experiencing something along the lines of what they got going on. It becomes easier, if that makes sense. Yeah, if you see people going through similar stuff, it lightens it. You're able to say like, okay, I know I'm grieving, but I seen this person overcome it. So what about Coach Ray Inspires? So Coach Ray Inspires is a company. Got to be real. It's my baby. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's my baby because what I've done over the years since I started mentoring and working with young people as a coach, I got to a point where I was like, I'm one person. right? And I've mentored like a good amount of kids. God has brought a lot of kids to me that I've been able to help make something out of themselves later in life. Just kind of be that shoulder to lean on and kind of guide them. But I thought to myself, if I can reach 10 to 20 people, what if I taught 50 people my strategies and the things that I use?
And they can pay it forward. And
they pay it forward to each 50 of those people get 10 to 20 kids that they mentor. Now we're impacting on greater scales because I'm one person. And there are a lot of kids out here who need guidance and who need just somebody to listen to them. And we 757, we Norfolk, and we see a lot of kids around here losing their lives.
Right.
A lot of them losing their lives. A lot of them getting involved in stuff that they know they shouldn't be in. And if we could actually teach people who love kids and care about kids how to mentor them with strategies and bring them out of their norm and teach them that way, we'll save a lot of kids. So that's what Coach Ray Inspires is. It was definitely a vision from God, and my wife has been very supportive of the entire thing, and just God saying I've created you to do something bigger than just coach football. So what I do is parent groups, mentor groups. I train. These are the strategies that I use. This is how I've been able to impact. I have one that I'm working on now where I'm teaching educators how to build those positive relationships with their students because it's necessary. How do you teach and you have students that don't like you? I don't understand. I don't understand it. I know it's not their job to like you,
right?
But kids ain't going to learn if they don't like you.
Right.
So how do you build those positive relationships? I'm at Tallwood High School now. I do ISS. I've been blessed because I've cut down their ISS population by 70%.
That's awesome.
One kid repeated more than twice out of an entire year because I'm not just sitting in my room chilling.
Right.
I'm in the hallway talking to these kids outside of school, in the hallway, after school. We talk like, what's going on? Kid need to come out of class. They having a rough day. Come talk to me. So that's what Coach Ray Inspires is how can we inspire the kids? Because they're going to take over for us when we gone.
Right.
When
Absolutely.
they it's theirs. So why put them in position to be unsuccessful when we could put them in position to be great?
Man, I love it. How can people get a hold of you as far as if they got kids or?
Oh, please follow all social media platforms at Coach Ray Inspires. I kept it very simple. At Coach Ray Inspires. It's all one word. Email coachrayinspires@gmail.com.
That's perfect. That's perfect. All right. Well, listen. Let's take a break, man. Coach, we're gonna let you go. I know
definitely appreciate you coming out.
Oh, man. No, I appreciate y'all, gentlemen.
You got a meeting to attend.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get
big
up out of here.
Season coming up.
We gonna run. Hey, the Lions, we gonna run it this year.
Hey, nothing like it. All right, so coming up, we got the offensive tackle from Norfolk for Shaw University. BMS Sports will be back. Welcome back to the BMS Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Avery Fuller, chilling once again with my co-host, Steven Trotman Bay, a.k.a.
The Guru.
And we got a player in the building today. You better believe it. We got, of course, one of Norfolk's finest. He right now playing football at Shaw University, offensive tackle.
Yeah.
So get up for my man, Donta Carter.
I do the same thing.
All right, so from what I know, you're a Minnesota Vikings fan, right?
Yes, sir.
Shame on you. And so we got a couple of things that we're gonna talk about because we're gonna break down y'all division today.
Yeah, we running
Before we break it down, before we get on that, I want to talk about Lamar Jackson. I want to know what you think about how they treating him right now because they treat him kind of dirty. Like some people ain't call him a quarterback. I heard somebody comparing to Tim Tebow and all types of stuff.
Tebow.
Yeah. So you think he should? Is Lamar Jackson elite?
Yeah, he's elite. He's a special talent.
Is he top 10?
Top 10. It depends on what you like. You know what I'm saying? I would say he's top 10, but styles make fights. It depends on what type of quarterback you like.
Let me ask you this. Is he a quarterback that you would rather protect?
Yeah.
Guru, what's your thoughts?
Pay the man. I've been saying that.
Yeah, you have. Is he elite though? Like, is he? We know he need to get paid because he is one of a kind. But is he in that top 10 category?
Top 10 don't make him elite. Elite is like one or two. Three maybe I could name that is elite.
Yeah.
When you start saying top 10, you going to another tier. So he probably in that tier right underneath elite. I wouldn't say that he's elite.
Okay, so I see what you're saying. I feel like he's elite because of the amount of weight that he could carry for his team, and the amount of weight he got to carry for his team.
I mean, they say Aaron Rodgers is elite, and I disagree with that too. So who am I but the guru?
Right, but I don't feel like he's a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers, but I feel like he's a better player.
I don't feel like he's neither.
I mean, to each his own.
He bring a lot to the table.
He
do.
He carry more than Aaron Rodgers carried.
He take a lot of weight off everybody else.
Like,
he carried more than Aaron Rodgers carried.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need you to kind of explain that.
So, for instance, his team rely on him 100%.
Aaron Rodgers' team relies on him 1,000%.
Aaron Rodgers' team had Devontae Adams as well.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams was a second-round draft pick. He was not drafted high in the draft to be nothing. So
Right.
we can't say that he would have been
no matter which way you
this
put
hell
it.
of a player without.
We could base it off of when he was drafted, but none of that matters. Right now, he's a 99 on Madden overall.
Yeah.
He's the best receiver in the league on paper right now.
Yeah.
On Madden.
On paper.
He was
Period.
not the best receiver in the NFL last year.
Who was better than him?
Cooper Kupp.
Oh, okay, yeah. Cooper Kupp was. Absolutely.
I wouldn't even.
But is he
I
a better
wouldn't
receiver?
even
Is
say-
Cooper Kupp a better receiver than him?
No.
We don't know.
I think
Cooper Kupp got a Super Bowl.
Cooper Kupp was just in a better situation.
Cooper Kupp.
Exactly.
What better situation can you be in than be with Aaron Rodgers, who's throwing you the ball 100% of the time?
But it's like we know you getting the ball.
Right,
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
And
You
you
still got
can't-
OBJ on the other side.
Right. Okay. And he still caught more passes than anybody.
Yeah. That's what make him.
I
That's
just-
what I think will make him elite.
I just know the difference is we know Aaron Rodgers is throwing Devontae Adams the ball.
Yeah.
But Aaron Rodgers throw the ball to anybody.
Listen, Aaron Rodgers do throw the ball to anybody when Devontae is not open, but he even throw it to Devontae when he open.
But listen,
Yeah.
prior to
force
Devontae
feed him.
Adams,
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers was throwing the ball to whoever he had. A lot of them players that was somebody with Aaron Rodgers was nobody when they left Aaron Rodgers.
Right. The question is, how much have Lamar Jackson had?
Nothing. They won't give him nothing.
But he's still successful.
Yeah, because he has a different element, man. He can run the football, but that don't last long in this league, as we all know.
Until it do. Right?
I ain't seen it done. So until I see it done, where you got a quarterback who
How many years Vic play in the league?
he ain't. What did Vic accomplish in the league? You keep talking about Vic like Vic was Willie
what?
Joe Namath or something.
Not at all, but Vic was a game changer, period.
Yeah.
Okay, game changers don't win championships.
Okay, how many people win championships? Not that many.
Elite quarterbacks.
Trent Dilfer?
Eli Manning.
Eli Manning. Oh, my gosh.
Can't spell elite without Eli.
Can't spell
Oh,
elite
man.
without Eli. Shit.
That's
You-
a new one.
look, hey, you can spell lie. All right, so let's get on the NFC North. You know what I'm saying? The NFC North, for those that don't know, consists of the Green Bay Packers, the Detroit Lions, the Chicago Bears, and of course the Minnesota Vikings. Just to kind of give y'all some background on it, key players for Green Bay is going to consist of Aaron Rodgers.
That's it. Go to
But
the
I mean, they got Aaron Jones, who is sufficient at his position. They got Zaire Alexander at DB, which he was hurt last year, right? But they still gave him the house. And then they got Sammy Watkins, which I don't know how much of an
Sammy
addition
Watkins
that is.
hurt already.
Oh, Lord. he already off on the bad foot. But let Aaron Rodgers tell it. He got Alan Lazard. And, you know, that's all he needs.
And he gonna make them people into stars.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see. This is going to really test.
Watkins was with Mahomes and he didn't do too good, so
Sam is just stay hurt. That's his problem.
Yeah, it's gonna definitely be a test. Like I feel like this year is gonna definitely solidify the legacy of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
because this unless they do something like get Odell when he get healthy, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like he got another good receiver.
Yeah,
even though he's responsible for most of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But he don't got no emergency exit right now.
Yeah, he don't.
Yeah.
But he gonna find one. he gonna get in there and then find one, and then that's gonna be his emergency exit throughout the rest of the season. So we also got Detroit, and Detroit is trash.
Yeah.
I don't think they even got better. Like,
Yeah.
their key players consist of Jared Goff, Deontay Swift, Hutchinson, which is Aiden Hutchinson, they rookie, and then Amon Ra, St. Brown, the weirdest name ever, and then T.J. Hawkins. I don't know what that's gonna be like. You know what I'm saying? That might be like a Eastern District Green Run versus Booker T type of game. But again, we'll see. Next up, we got the Chicago Bears. Chicago
ain't getting no better.
Ain't getting no better. The key players, of course, is Justin Fields. I think they actually got worse.
Yeah.
Because they traded Khalil Mack
and Allen Robinson.
Jeez. But they still got Montgomery. David Montgomery and Roquan Smith, which he is holding out right now.
Yeah. And they lost on Hicks.
Oh, and they lost Hicks.
Lima.
That's Jordan Hicks, right?
Yeah. I know Akeem, I think.
Akeem Hicks, yeah. You're right. And then it comes down to your squad.
Yeah.
Minnesota Vikings.
Flipped up.
Which they pretty much got what they had last year from what I can see. But the key players consist of course, Kirk Cousins, Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, and Patrick Peterson on the defensive side.
That's the only thing you gonna name, man? Don't be disrespectful, man.
But name the rest of them.
Right, exactly.
Now. Don't forget, I got my all-pro linebacker Eric Kendricks in there now. You know what I'm saying? One of the top pass rushers, Hunter, when he healthy. Like, get him healthy. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while.
Yeah,
ain't gonna lie, it's been a while.
He got some time. That's hey, I don't know. But I'm gonna ask you this question as straight faced as I can. Who gonna win the NFC North?
Minnesota. That's easy. and I think we're gonna sweep Green Bay this year.
Oh my God. This man is serious.
Yeah.
So y'all must have made
on week 1. So I know, you know what I'm saying, they ain't gonna find no heroes by then. So you know what I'm saying, our team are already together.
What do you see Minnesota record being since they're gonna sweep Green Bay and win a division?
Yeah.
What you got them going? I seen something you said now, and I don't want you to repeat it live on YouTube, but I want to kind of hear what you gonna say now. Is you gonna stand on what you said earlier?
You tell me what I said earlier.
You tell me.
I don't remember, man.
Give me the record, and I'll tell you if it was the same as you said it was.
I can say no less than 5 or 6 losses.
Okay, that's a little bit different than what you said originally. Originally, you said 15-2.
Oh, 15-2.
I don't remember that.
Oh my gosh, don't say that out loud.
Man, say that we're going 15-2.
Minnesota. I wonder who the 2 losses was to.
Well, we know that neither one of them was against Green Bay.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think we're gonna sweep Green Bay this year.
Well,
I feel like.
So if y'all sweep Green Bay, y'all should pretty much sweep the division.
Yeah. I don't see how people be saying that Devontae Adams is gonna be, you know what I'm saying, just an easy plug and chug. I don't think that's gonna go like everybody think it's gonna go. As far as the offense.
I mean, we gotta just kind of look at what he did over the history of his career, man. Jordan Nelson didn't do nothing outside of Green Bay when he left.
Yeah.
He went to Oakland. Randall Cobb left and came back. You know, he had guys that he made into. Lil Willie say he's the wide receiver maker.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to kind of buy into that.
I think Tom Brady the wide receiver maker. Personally.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But Devontae Adams routes is.
Yeah, he run some of the best routes I ever.
Yeah.
So
Ever
then
seen.
we're gonna see for all the Raiders fans out there, Ruckus.
Yeah.
We're gonna see if it's Derek Carr or if it's Devontae
Yeah.
Adams.
Did you see what Devontae said? Then try to recant his statement and clean it up.
About the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, going from one Hall of Famer to another Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he tripping.
Yeah.
He cleaned that up real
You
nicely.
see, Aaron Rodgers brought that out today too. He was like, yeah, because when you're going from one Hall of Famer to the next. So Guru, who you got winning the NFC North?
Green Bay.
Green Bay. I got Green Bay winning it too. Nothing against Minnesota.
That's the traditional.
But
that was
Everything
supposed to do.
against
You know
Minnesota.
So if we were to rank how each team is going to come out the division, give me your rank from first to worst.
I would go Minnesota, Green Bay. Then I would put Detroit over Chicago.
Oh wow, that's good. What you got?
I'm going Green Bay, Minnesota, Detroit, Chicago.
Yeah.
And I'm going, ironically, Green Bay, Chicago, Minnesota, Detroit.
Man, this
Wow.
man, what's in that glass?
Hey,
We're gonna clip him.
listen.
That's already one clip down.
All I know is Justin Fields got a lot to prove.
But who you gonna? We in the same. He works. Who he gonna throw to? Who
Yeah.
gonna block for him?
Y'all division ain't that difficult.
Who he gonna block for him though?
Everybody in the league has a lot to prove.
Yeah.
Not just Justin Fields.
I know that. I'm talking about from a Chicago Bears perspective.
You got to have something to prove it with. You done got rid of your best defensive player. You already had nothing on the offense, but the second best offensive player you had, you got rid of him too.
Let me ask you something. Has Aaron Rodgers proved it
Prove what?
that he can do something with nothing?
He proved, yeah. He's not just, nah, did you, hold on, because I got to back this up.
It's not a comparison.
Please don't.
I'm using it as an example.
That's a bad example.
No, that's not a bad example because
just-
what I'm saying and what I'm pointing out is that it is doable. It can be done.
Yeah, if you're Aaron Rodgers, not if you're Justin Fields.
Aaron Rodgers
Man.
didn't know he was Aaron Rodgers when
Aaron
Brett Favre was there.
Aaron Rodgers had a line. That man ain't got nothing. That man, they just getting that man scraps. They just picked up Riley Reef.
That's we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see. But
So you got the Bears finishing second.
second, yep. And I stand on it.
I don't
And-
even think them people gonna win over.
They ain't gonna go to the
games this year.
playoffs because the whole division gonna be shit.
Nah, they're going to win. They'll win probably about, they'll go probably about 3-14, maybe
Yeah.
3-14.
I
4 and
give 'em
13. They ain't going to win no more than 4
Yeah.
games.
No, I got no
Who
one.
they
At
gonna beat?
least 7. At least 7.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me look up something real quick, because I'm going to tell you what the people in Vegas feel like they're going to win by how many total wins they got them to win in Vegas.
Yeah.
No, it ain't no 7.
Hey,
I'm going to
listen.
bet that under all day.
It's what, 18 games, 17 games?
Yeah.
I'm going to bet that under all day then. If they had 7 wins. I'll
They
put that in
had
right
that
now.
good defense, but they done lost everybody. They knocking down the house, man, rebuilding, man.
Hey, sometimes that's what you got to do, but
Yeah.
I feel like
I don't got them beating Detroit.
I just feel like Justin Fields, he got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
We'll see.
Even if you think he got it, what he like?
So you like Justin Fields? Rate the quarterbacks in that division from top to bottom.
Top to bottom, Aaron Rodgers number 1,
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Cousins number 2, Justin Fields number 3, Jared Goff number 4.
What you got to say?
I can agree with that.
You going in that same order?
Yeah.
I got Golf over Fields, personally.
I understand why. Experience make a difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it make a difference.
So the biggest thing is,
Potential wise, yeah.
we know what Goff is capable of. We don't know what Fields is
Right,
capable of.
and we know that you are one of the biggest ones who hate to mention a man's potential.
I always speak on potential. I just don't make keen decisions based on the potential. Facts matter. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we know who you think gonna win the conference. We know who you think gonna win the conference. But even though you think Minnesota gonna win the conference, who do you think is the best team overall in the conference?
Overall, It may sound biased. Top to bottom, you gotta say Minnesota. You can say, okay, Aaron Rodgers is the, superhero and he make things happen, but he never have a better roster than us, even last year.
Okay. I mean, I can see that. I think the problem with y'all is Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is the problem.
I ain't gonna let you do my boy like that, man.
Listen, I don't dislike Kirk Cousins, but I feel like Kirk Cousins is, y'all got everything. Like, think about it. You got Justin Jefferson. He's a top 10 receiver in the league person. You got Dalvin Cook. He's a top 5 running back in the league. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all had Kyle Rudolph, which Kyle Rudolph fell off, but he was still a veteran that, brought something to the table.
Kyle Rudolph down there with Tom Brady too, ain't he?
Yep. Yeah. Life about to change.
He gonna be back to Kyle Rudolph.
The only thing that most people can see as a flaw, as far as y'all demise and how y'all lose, is
don't you do it,
Kirk Cousins.
I think it was coaching staff, for real.
So you think that the coaches?
I think it was that old school 3 yards and cloud of dust football. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then last year we was up every game, and you know what I'm saying, Michael Pierce and dudes like that going down on us, Hunter going down early, that hurt.
So when we talk about Kirk Cousins, who I think his contract was $89 million, fully guaranteed, first of his kind, trendsetter, of course. Yeah. Shout out to Kirk Cousins. But I feel like it's the role of the quarterback to maintain, because we get a lot of Jimmy slander because when they need Jimmy to step up, Jimmy don't step up. Is it the same thing with Kirk Cousins?
Nah.
Because if y'all are losing a lot of games that y'all are ahead,
our defense is terrible too, though.
But what's happening with the offense? If the offense is up,
our offense was averaging, you know what I'm saying, we was averaging big numbers. We had, you know what I'm saying, we was averaging a lot of points. But at the same time, once we get a lead, that old school come in, hand it off. You know what I'm saying? You can't really
take the air out the game.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If we come out hot, we put it in the air. Then here come we hand it off. Now we, you know what I'm saying, people still put it in the air while we trying to
yeah, I get it.
And then that pressure get on Kirk back, and he turned to Kirk Cousins.
And that's the problem. Kirk Cousins ain't built for that pressure.
Right, but a lot of those games, though, I do agree with Tay that they didn't deserve to be in those situations. Right, if you keep your foot, keep the pedal to the metal, you kind of don't get in those positions where the game shouldn't even be close.
Right. So that's where the coaching side comes in.
Because a lot of times they will go conservative and try to chew the clock up, and a lot of times that always plays against you.
Yeah.
But looking at Minnesota roster, if Aaron Rodgers had Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I ain't even mentioned Adam Thielen. You let me forget Adam Thielen?
Cause I thought you was crazy, man.
Listen.
When you said the Bears, I ain't tuning you out, man.
It's gonna sound strange, and I know y'all gonna disagree, and I'm okay with that. But if Jimmy Garoppolo had that,
no, Jimmy G can't throw the football, man.
Man, listen,
hand off.
Jimmy G get rid of the ball like Tom Brady get rid of the ball. That's a skill set.
Why do you keep mentioning Jimmy G and Tom Brady in the same sentence?
Because they play similar.
No. They do not.
They literally play similar. They turn around and throw the ball short every time.
They literally play nothing alike.
Fast.
Please. Right? In the next 150 episodes, do not mention Jimmy G and Tom Brady in the same sentence.
Okay. All right, so back to the division. In that case, who do y'all think is the most overrated team in the division?
Green Bay.
Minnesota.
I say that because Aaron Rodgers is just like, you know what I'm saying? He just, like on Madden, they say you got Aaron Rodgers, he just give everybody extra 10 attributes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter who over there, he with Aaron Rodgers, so.
Well, I mean, listen, when you can make your teammates better than, you know, you deserve to be in that conversation.
Will Aaron Rodgers have a 1,200-yard receiver this year? I ain't going to even say 1,000 because that's kind of low for an Aaron Rodgers receiver.
No.
I think he will, right? But I think it's solely based on the receiver being healthy. Right now, his eyes is on Allen Lazard. So for him to come out and say Allen's going to be a star, he planning on making him a star. Like
he don't make him a star.
You know, he literally wrote it in here. We got him. Let's go with Allen.
Let me show you that I can make another Devontae.
Right. Saying they made hope. They hope say, okay, so make another hope.
I think it'll be 3 yards in cloud of dust team next year, man. I think they're gonna be running that thing a lot.
They got a good running back.
They got a good running back.
I think they're gonna depend on the defense this year, man.
I don't know. I think they're gonna always depend on Aaron Rodgers when he there. They're going to maximize. They're going to pay him all that money. They're going to depend on him.
They thought Devontae was going to stay too, though. So.
Yeah, they thought it, but they ain't go all in like they should have. That's their problem.
Lazard, they're going to force feed him, or I'm going to hand it to Aaron Jones and just play good defense. That's why I'll take that.
Yeah.
But the defense kind of stacked a little bit.
But you think that's enough to beat Minnesota?
Nah.
He don't think nothing is enough to beat Minnesota. He got him sweeping Green Bay.
Well,
Devontae Adams used to give us.
Was y'all tackling that practice today?
Used to give us trouble, man.
Because you sound like you might need to get checked for a concussion.
Devontae Adams is open when he ain't open. So it's like,
you just can't guard him.
Yeah, so it's like now that weight off.
Hey, listen. Sometimes when that weight off, it opens the door for multiples that people didn't realize was there because the force feed to Devontae Adams took account. But
I'm gonna say this though, you know, because we usually do when we break down the divisions, we kind of give sleepers and divisions as far as fantasy, right? So I'm gonna say keep an eye out on Christian Watson, man, the rookie out there in Green Bay. Receiver.
Yeah. I think he hurt though. If I'm not mistaken.
If he able to get going before the season start,
hey,
gonna be somebody to keep your eyes on in your fantasy draft.
Well, I'm glad you said that.
So all right, before you.
Nah, we'll see. So we talked about overrated, but we didn't talk about underrated. So, what team is underrated in that division?
Detroit.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
I say Chicago. I'm just saying.
He must know something
Listen,
we don't know.
He knows something we don't know.
He must know some front office stuff that we don't know about, man.
He must do.
Hey, all I'm saying is
I didn't get the memo.
We'll see. We're gonna talk about it again when the season starts. That's for sure. So overall, through the NFC North, who is the overall outside of Aaron Rodgers? Who is the overall best player in the division?
Gotta go Jefferson.
I'm gonna say Justin Jefferson or Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
No, hold on. Aaron Jones might be. It's a toss-up between them three. But I would take Justin Jefferson, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I would take Dalvin Cook.
That's not a bad choice. He's a Florida State guy.
Yeah, I think the only thing is him staying healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But when he's healthy, he's a horse.
Yeah.
Boy.
And I like them two young running backs we got. You know what I'm saying?
You like the whole roster take. Come on,
I'm saying, like,
damn.
no,
We don't want to hear the whole Minnesota Vikings roster.
But I'm saying the young boy we got we drafted kick returns. He ran like 2-3 on back last year.
Mm-hmm.
I can't pronounce his name, but 26.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
We'll see if he could if he could get more burn. Then that kind of put a lot on
Would you draft him on your fantasy team?
Yeah. Just special teams. Special teams only.
You don't get no points for special teams.
Yeah, he does, so don't get no special team points. he gonna have him in the game for nothing.
Unless he running touchdowns every kick return.
Yeah.
That is funny as hell, balls. All right, so Tay, you play Madden, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know the Guru play Madden. It's probably been some time, but
Yeah, I used to play Madden, man. I was the Guru in Madden before I was the Guru that I am today.
to each his own. Yeah. Now, listen, NBA 2K, he was a guru.
I was one in Madden.
You know what
That
I'm
was
saying?
before your time. You weren't even playing Madden.
What you mean?
Like you won't.
I'm playing Madden all my life.
But you won't.
And I've been a beast all my life.
Nah, you weren't in the conversation.
I've always been in the conversation.
You weren't in the conversation back in the 90s, late 90s, early. You weren't in the conversation here.
100% was in the conversation. Literally. But that's here and there.
None of the Fullers was in the conversation.
See, that's the problem.
Back then. Not a Deshaun
I was
Fuller,
younger.
Not a Kev Fuller, not a Avery Fuller.
I was younger, so
in
I was
the
overlooked.
Madden
I'm a gamer.
conversation.
Like, I'm a gamer. I play everything. So it's not like
Back then, you was playing Legend of Zelda.
I ain't never played that shit. Probably play Mario. But I would never touch that. But I do remember we used to play 2K, and so we'll go out there to the street ball court. and Guru average 30. He's just averaging 30 on the court, just jumping over everybody and throwing no passes. All right, so I brought up Madden because one of the biggest things that been happening this week, or this weekend, last week, is the top 10 Madden ratings.
Yeah.
Right. So, what we're gonna talk about is 3 of the top 10s. That's gonna be quarterbacks, cornerbacks, and running backs.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I want to know if y'all agree. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually start with quarterbacks, and if you take a look, tell me what you think. Right now, top 10, they got Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert, Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, and Matthew Stafford. Is there anybody on that list that you don't think should be there?
Not nobody I don't think should be there, but I think the order. I'll put, no disrespect to his legacy, but I'll put Tom Brady a little bit more down. Just because he getting older, you know what I'm saying? I think the only thing with Madden sometimes, they let people legacy keep their overalls up.
So you feel like his legacy is what got him where he at,
Yeah.
not his actual gameplay?
Nah.
So I believe Tom Brady may have had one of the best seasons of his career last year.
He did.
And he is the oldest player in the league right now in history. So you mentioned he getting old, but it don't really show it much.
Yeah. But when you throwing 3-yard routes, you know what I'm saying?
Efficiency go a long way, and I think he threw over 5,000 yards last year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you could throw over 5,000 yards throwing 3-yard routes, would you do it?
Yeah.
Guru? Anybody on that list that you don't think should be there? Or anybody too high up that should be further down?
Dak too high. He shouldn't be higher than Justin Herbert or probably Matthew Stafford.
I wouldn't put him over that Russell Wilson. Yeah, I wouldn't put him over Wilson either.
I'll put him over Russell based upon their seasons last season, but I don't think he's a better quarterback than Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
So Dak too high. I think Josh Allen is right where he need to be in the order. I think his rating is a little too low. I think he should be higher than a 92.
I think I agree with that for sure, that he should not be a 92. He should definitely be between 94 and 95.
Yeah, I think he definitely should be at least a 94.
I don't feel like Matthew Stafford should be on that list.
Think he should be off the list?
I think he should be one off the list.
Okay, who would you put over him?
I didn't think that part through.
Exactly.
Deshaun Watson. I put Deshaun Watson over for sure.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson.
Even though he ain't played last year, I feel like he a better quarterback.
Well, I agree with that. Well, if that's the case, then shit, I can pull a whole lot of people off based upon the numbers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they probably had Deshaun Watson rated a 95 and then subtracted the 24 cases. Put him somewhere around and saved me something.
Subtracted the 24 cases. That is terrible, bro. But hey, I wouldn't even have a problem with it if they did that. That's crazy. All right, so let's go to cornerbacks. Cornerbacks is a very significant position on defense for sure. And right now you got top 10 on Madden as Jalen Ramsey, Jair Alexander, Tre'Davious White, Darius Slay Jr., Denzel Ward, Marshawn Lattimore, Stephon Gill, J.C. Jackson, Marlon Humphrey, and A.J. Terrell Jr. Any changes that we see should happen?
That's a pretty solid list.
Yeah.
It's a pretty solid list. I think maybe Tre'Davious White. I think Tre'Davious White, in my opinion, is better than Jair Alexander. I think Marshawn Lattimore is a tad bit overrated.
Yeah.
J.C. Jackson, he's solid. I don't really know how he is that high up.
Now, I know a player that got hurt that I kind of feel like should be up there. Even though he got hurt, I mean, the way technology is now, he's going to come back and probably continue where he left. But Marcus Peters.
Yeah.
I feel like Marcus Peters should be on that list somewhere.
Marcus Peters. No.
I know some. I like some young corners that's up and coming, but I don't think they on the list. Should be on the list though.
Okay.
But I think probably in a year or two, they'll be in the mix.
Who? Give an example.
I like that PS2 guy.
Patrick Surtain.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's solid.
Yeah.
He's solid. Definitely
like
for sure.
Well, he definitely got to show it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got to show it. But you see what they got at the top, man. Florida State, Seminole. And it's crazy because I don't know if y'all saw, but Asante Samuel had a whole lot to say about Jalen. Did y'all see that?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, I got to send you the clip so we can put it up on this show right after we added top cornerbacks. He
Absolutely.
said that you can't put Jalen Ramsey up there with the elite guys based upon his body of work, but in the midst of him saying the elite guys, he was the elite that he was referring to.
He was the elite.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So it's been kind of running around. They had a comparison of the conversation of him and Jalen Ramsey led to him saying that he pretty much he was a better corner than Deion Sanders.
Oh.
And they put Asante Samuel numbers up next to Deion Sanders numbers, and I seen it and I said, man, I'm not going to even entertain this foolishness.
So then that bars the question to the viewers. Is Asante Samuel elite?
Because
Comment.
I when I seen it, I like Asante Samuel for what he did, but
his delusion has taken control.
But if you look at his numbers are pretty solid at that position.
Right, but
he got less games, more interceptions, more pass breakups, all of the above, but a lot of that had to do with the fact that they didn't target Deion. You know
I think
what I mean?
that's the biggest thing that people don't consider is the strategic side of things. The fact that your player is so good that they don't even go to their best receiver when they're playing y'all.
And a lot of those guys travel. Asante didn't travel. And he said, I'm a left corner because most quarterbacks are right-handed, and that's their strong side of the field, which is true, right? Because I was a left corner. But these guys travel with the best receiver, you know, and that's to me what makes guys like them far better. is because it's a lot more difficult to go from the boundary to covering the slot.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a whole lot. It takes a whole different type of versatility in your game to be able to do that. Yeah. And if you couldn't do that, then how can you call yourself elite?
Right. Yeah. I mean, you can't personally. Yeah. I feel like when you use the term elite is based on you pretty much being good all the way around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't have significant flaws in your game where a team can either pick you apart or do things, game plan for you in a way that you can't do nothing about it, but still be considered elite.
Yeah, but when y'all get a chance, y'all got to check that out, man, because the man bashed everybody he could bash.
Oh, my gosh.
He said, what's the boy, Namde?
Diggs, my bad. I'm just glad Diggs won't on that list, man.
Oh, no, he shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Cowboy fans are arguing that he should be, but the man said Namde Asamoah. He said the first time when he came from Oakland and to the Eagles, the first day of practice, he knew he was trash.
Yeah, somebody else said that too. they said they knew he was a bust. And he was.
He pretty much was, but he's a good actor.
Hey,
he was acting as a cornerback, and then he's an actor.
See who his wife is. All right, so next up, we got running backs. And the running back list consists of Derrick Henry at number 1, Nick Chubb, Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, Dalvin Cook, Joe Mixon, Alvin Kamara, Aaron Jones, Austin Eckler, and Ezekiel Elliott. Anybody on that list that y'all think should be there?
Zeke, Austin Eckler, Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
So I would probably keep Austin Eckler up there because he's more than run. He run and catch. Yeah. But definitely I had Tony Pollard there if I had Zeke up there. I don't know, understand why he even in that conversation.
Yeah. And Christian McCaffrey, he worse than Dalvin Cook.
Well, I would move.
He ain't even played. When the last time he played?
McCaffrey would be on that list, but I would just move him further down.
He definitely going below Aaron Jones. He definitely going below Jonathan Taylor. He definitely going below Dalvin Cook.
I don't even understand why they got him above.
That man number 3 on the list.
Bro, that man is overall a 96, and he can't stay healthy at all.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not going to say
it. Resumes give you overalls, man.
More than resume.
So, if the resume, then shit, why my man Saquon ain't on the list? They got damn near the same career. Christian McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley, they got damn near the same career.
Did you just do that?
Yeah, Saquon is better than Christian McCaffrey. And they both do the same thing. And they both got damn near the same career. Saquon, 2 good years and 2 injury-riddled seasons.
Saquon is not better than Christian McCaffrey.
I beg the difference.
You're a Giants fan, so I understand.
What you mean not well around? He do the same thing. He can catch out the backfield.
Between know what I'm saying? In between the tackles.
Now Avery is a big number guy.
I'm taking Saquon over McCaffrey.
Okay. But where you taking McCaffrey where over Saquon?
I think
if both are healthy.
Yeah, McCaffrey is like 2 snaps away from being a slot receiver.
You know Saquon first year in the NFL caught 90-something passes, right?
Who else did they have to throw the ball
to? Odell Beckham Jr.
And how many passes he catch?
He played.
I'm just saying.
Okay. And the other receivers.
Before y'all go any further, who did Christian McCaffrey have at the receiver in Carolina?
Well,
who else on the team was in Carolina but Christian McCaffrey?
What's the dude name?
Nobody.
No, because right now he played for the Jets, but he was there.
It was Odell Beckham.
Ronald, what's his name? The skinny dude. He was real skinny. They had
I know they got the dude with
Curtis Samuel
with the thick dreads now.
Man, them people is nobody. Listen, in comparison, Christian McCaffrey was 95% of their offense.
Robbie somebody. I can't think of his last name. If you know it, put it in the chat.
But even though they were stacking that box, I wonder what they could do for real. They had to They had to get him on the ball one way or another.
Yeah.
Who?
McCaffrey. That was
Right.
the
That's what I'm saying. So if
Yeah.
he was the only offense, and I'm saying that Saquon caught 90-something balls his first year in the NFL. And ran for over 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
And caught for over 1,000 yards.
They almost in the same situation.
They was damn near the same player, but
So
they had the
Guru,
same career pretty much.
Let me ask you something. If the Giants got Christian McCaffrey instead of Saquon, like if they swap right now, y'all won't be a better team?
No, sir. We'll be the same team because they the same, almost the same player. In regards to the ability to not stay healthy. Yeah. Christian McCaffrey's not making Carolina better. How the hell they gonna make the Giants better? Not him.
I think y'all got a better overall personnel perspective, but
our line was far worse than Carolina's.
I feel like when it all boils down, though, if it's between Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey, it's gonna be Christian McCaffrey. Like as far as making your team better.
No.
I'll take healthy Barkley. I'll take him over McCaffrey.
Yeah, I'm taking Saquon all day because he do.
Yeah.
Christian don't do nothing better than Saquon Barkley.
So on this Madden list, who won't you take over Saquon?
What you mean? Who
wouldn't you take over Saquon on this list?
On that list, I'm taking Derrick Henry over Saquon. I'm taking Dalvin Cook over Saquon, and I'm taking on that list. That's it.
Okay.
If Saquon is healthy,
you think Saquon is better than everybody except for Dalvin Cook and Derrick Henry?
He might be better than Derrick Henry too. I'm just being. I'm just giving Derrick Henry the benefit of the doubt because that's what he do. He's a running machine, but he's not more versatile than Saquon.
You know when
I think you kind of forgetting what Saquon did his first 2 years in the NFL.
I think
on the Giants.
I get it. You know what I'm saying, but
put Saquon with San Francisco.
I think right now, first off, you put any running back with San Francisco.
No, you put Saquon with San Francisco, he gonna
be just as successful as anybody else.
He'll be a 99 on Madden.
No, he won't. Shit. Listen, I don't think Saquon has done anything substantially to be even considered in that conversation. But it is what it is. I do know that we love our squads, don't we?
No, I don't, and that's not even being biased, but
that's 100% biased.
How? If he agreed, he's
not
a Giant fan.
You pick Saquon Barkley over the top 10.
I said healthy.
Even healthy. You pick him over Derrick Henry?
But I didn't. I say I would take Derrick Henry and Dalvin Cook.
But you also said you think he is over Derrick Henry.
I think that he brings more to the game than Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is not an every down back. He can't catch the ball. He's a liability in the passing game.
Obviously, Saquon Barkley is not an every down back.
He just been injured, but Derrick Henry.
That's because he ain't every down back.
Honestly, we saying without injury, we can say any of them whole top list could be number one.
Except for Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah,
he gonna fumble his way up as soon as he gets to the third.
Henry, Chubb, McCaffrey, Donta, Taylor, Cook, even Joe Mixon can be in the mix. If we saying healthy,
I don't feel like Joe Mixon should be over Alvin Kamara though.
But you know what I'm saying, Kamara been under the radar lately.
Yeah, I mean he lost Drew Brees. You know when Drew Brees was there, he was wide awake. All right, so look, let's take another break. Coming up, we got Rankum, and Rankum is gonna be pretty good. So you'll see. With that said, let's take a break. Bet More Sports. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Bet More Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Avery Fuller, with my co-host, Stephen Troutman Bay, a.k.a.
The Guru.
And we are here once again with my man, Donta Carter. You know him best as one of the key elements on offense at Shaw University. Absolutely. And we got Rankum coming up. This week, rank them is going to, of course, be NBA and NFL. Rank them, and we're going to start with the NFL. And with that said, let's rank them. First and foremost, we got quarterbacks. Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes. Donta, rank them.
Are we saying prime or we saying right now today?
Overall.
Prime. In their prime.
Prime versions.
You gotta say Tom Brady first. I go Tom Brady, A-Rod, Mahomes, and I'm going Russell Wilson.
What about Peyton Manning?
I'm tripping. Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm
come on.
going,
Back that up.
yeah, I'm going Tom Brady, A-Rod, and I'm going that middle guy. Then I'm going Wilson.
Now you left out Mahomes.
Yeah, this is
I
tough
told
one,
you, was y'all tackling
This is
that
tough,
practice
man.
today, boy? Because you
This
was,
is a tough one, man.
hey, it ain't really that tough.
So who you taking?
I'm taking Tom, Pat Mahomes, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, and Russell Wilson.
I don't know.
Man, that's tough.
That's
That's
Yeah.
that's definitely tough.
Cause
I
we're
got-
gonna see what my bad. We're gonna see what Mahomes do without Cheetah.
Well,
Probably he gonna do just as good or if not
yeah,
better.
I think
You know what I'm
Mahomes is
saying,
just
though?
a good quarterback.
But what
Like,
I'm saying is Mahomes got a ring already
Yeah.
and been to two.
So we're gonna see what he do without Cheetah.
well, I got of course, Tom, Peyton, Aaron, Pat, and Russ.
Yeah.
I can't argue with it. I don't like Aaron over nobody because I think he's had more and done less than a lot of them guys, except Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes had an all-star cast around him, right? But Peyton Manning had an all-star cast around him for most of his career and only got one Super Bowl in Indianapolis, right? Then went to Denver and had good receivers like Demaryius Thomas, rest in peace to Demaryius. But he had solid guys around him there. He had a super offensive line. He had a good running game. And he had an outstanding defense. Aaron Rodgers he can't win, other than that one Super Bowl, he just, to me, he can't get it done.
That's why I got him under Peyton Manning.
Yeah, I had him
But-
under Peyton Manning too, but I had him under Patrick Mahomes as well.
See, from a statistical standpoint, I feel like Aaron Rodgers got Pat. Pat got limited experience compared to Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
But if you base it from an accolade perspective, of course, Pat been to 2 Super Bowls.
Right.
And Aaron been to 1, but they both won 1.
If Patrick Mahomes stay healthy his whole career like Aaron Rodgers had, his numbers gonna blow Aaron Rodgers' numbers out. You ain't gonna even see Aaron Rodgers on the list no more.
I would have to see him this year without his security blanket
Yeah. That's
to kind of take that in because
Travis Kelce's security blanket.
Travis Kelce is a security blanket
Yeah.
out
That
of
was his
the
security blanket.
Cheetah was a security
Yeah.
blanket too.
Yeah, but the
He
cheetah,
can
like I
turn
say,
that
I
out
kind of
route to a
the
60
cheetah
yard
was
jump.
pretty much like I said a lot of times he was a one-trick pony.
Of course. The problem is when you got a one-trick pony that can't nobody do nothing about it. Like I think that's the difference maker. Can you recall a time when the cheetah was locked up?
Right, but we're gonna look at this from this standpoint. You know how easy kind of it was to defend Kansas City. I don't know if y'all paid attention to it, but Kansas City won't covering spreads at the beginning of the season. They was losing games they shouldn't have lost.
Yeah.
The games was going under the total because they couldn't score because teams were scheming to force Pat Mahomes to throw the ball deep. Remember, it was a whole big thing about can he make his reads and check down.
Yeah.
A lot of times having a player like the cheetah hurts your game, right? Because you're looking for that vertical route first.
Yeah.
And if they take it away, you don't really know what to do from a secondary standpoint, especially if you take away Kels underneath.
Yeah.
right? That's nothing else. Now they brought in two totally different receivers, both with solid careers thus far.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you still got Travis Kelce, and you still got somebody who can stretch the field in Mecole Hardman, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna see.
I don't think they could take Travis Kelce away. I feel like Kelce gonna always be a security blanket.
No, they couldn't take him away. What I'm saying is, if you paid attention early in the season, the Chiefs won't score a lot of points because they was taking his first look was always cheetah. Right.
But I think Cheetah got hurt early in the season.
Unless the play was designed for Travis Kelce.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, I know one thing. We'll see. It's gonna
be interesting this year.
I commend Pat Mahomes, man, because he's young in the game. He don't got as much experience as everybody else on the list, but his presence is felt just as much. Yeah. So they go a long way. Let's go to the next one. This is players who got hurt, and pretty much their game changed after they got hurt. That's what I'm gonna call it. All right. This consists of Derrick Rose, Penny Hardaway, Brandon Roy, and Tracy McGrady. Rank them. Tay?
I ain't gonna lie. Brandon Roy. I ain't really, know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't heard too much about him. But you gotta go T-Mac, Hardaway, Derrick Rose, then Roy.
Guru?
Give me give me D Rose, T-Mac, Penn, and Brandon Roy.
Oh, wow. They got D Rose first, huh?
Yeah, D Rose was
making his way back, though.
D Rose was in his prime MVP.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the best player in the NBA in his prime. That's why I got him ahead of all them guys. And it was tough because T-Mac was a 5, 6, 7 time leading scorer in the NBA. That's why I got him second.
Yeah. Derrick Rose had a little more.
Penny, his career was a little shorter than them guys, but he was damn near unstoppable. But he had Shaq, so
he did have Shaq, and when he got rid of Shaq,
so you know what I mean. But Brandon Roy, to me, really can thump with all of them.
He was probably the most complete,
right?
You know what I'm saying? As far as your game go, it's just based on him being healthy. I think that plays a major part.
Before you give your list, Tyreek Hill played all 17 games last year. I know y'all keep saying he was injured last year, but I wanted to fact check it because I like to fact check in the middle of the show. Tyreek Hill played all 17 games last year. He started 16 of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that again. Why he didn't start the 17?
It's right here.
Why he didn't start the 17?
You remember he had got into a little situation with the coaching staff. They set him down at the beginning of the game. And he came in second half.
Yeah, I don't remember that shit.
He didn't start the game, but he played. It's right here. 2021.
Okay. I'll look into it for sure.
Number 10, 17 games, 159 targets, 111 receptions, 1,239 yards. You know what I mean? Okay. But you can go ahead and rank your crew.
Yeah, let's do that. I got Tracy McGrady, Penny Hardaway, Derrick Rose, and Brandon Roy. And the only reason why I got Derrick Rose at number 3 is because Derrick Rose still playing.
That makes him number 3?
Yeah.
Because he's still playing.
Because with players like Penny Hardaway and Brandon Roy, their upside was substantial. The thing about Penny Hardaway is Penny Hardaway kind of not fell off, but was subjected to injury in his prime. Mm-hmm. And while we can't speak from a hypothetical perspective, I feel like he was just overall better. And if he didn't have to deal with the injury side and deal with the injury bug, he would have had a much better career in that regard. Derrick Rose, when he came in, he was substantial. He had the MVP season, and then everything went down from there.
Yeah, because the coach kept him in the game in a 20-point blowout in the playoffs, and the man tore his leg up.
Yeah, but he always tears his leg up, don't he?
That was the first time.
He's injury prone. He tore his leg in college.
That's why all these guys are on the list, because they're all injury prone.
Right. No, what I'm saying is, when he got injured, it changed the whole trajectory of his game.
Right, because his game was based upon explosion.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what I fear for Ja Morant. Like that, his game is so predicated around his explosiveness that if he were to get injured and he loses explosiveness, then he'll lose everything about his game that matters. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's what Westbrook going through right now.
Oh, I think Westbrook it's like he forgot how to play.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's all fair when it all boils down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan overall, and all of them. I would pick all of them on my team healthy. So, when it all boils down, I'm just here.
So run your order down to me again.
So first, I got Tracy McGrady, Penny Hardaway, Derrick Rose, and then Brandon Roy. But, hey, who am I? You know what I'm saying? I picked Klay Thompson over goddamn Reggie Miller, and people look at me like I'm sideways.
Yeah, man, I had to hire extra security, man. Coming out the Betmore Sports payroll to kind of protect you, man. The people,
come on, man.
People on your top right now.
It's crazy that people really are, but I mean, listen. If you could tell me something significant that Reggie Miller did outside of crucifying the Knicks, because at the end of the day, that's all people remember about Reggie is that he crucified the Knicks, and he did this to Spike Lee. But outside
that's all
of that,
you remember.
What do you remember, Guru?
The man had the Indiana Pacers as a top seed in the.
Can we say that he had them as a top seed, averaging 20 points a game?
Yeah, what did the next player under him average?
Actually, I think if somebody averaged more than him, at least one of them seasons. Literally. Straight up. That's all I'm saying. Hey,
wait, you think you would take, like, you got to think Klay Thompson was probably the third option.
When Kevin Durant was there, of course.
On two of the championship teams, he was the third option.
Yeah. No, okay.
And on none of his teams was he the number one option.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even this year, I'm going to Wiggins before him.
Think about this. On none of his teams was he the number one option, and yet his stat line is still beyond that of Reggie Miller.
Well, I can sit wide open.
They compare. They right there together.
Right. The only difference is Reggie a 1 and he a 2, but they right there together. See the difference in that? That's a difference. That's substantial.
Yeah, because we in a totally different era of basketball.
It ain't about him being wide open because he don't dribble the ball, so he catch and shoot.
But if you're in an era of basketball where, from a standpoint of teams' scoring averages are far higher than it was.
That's fine, but we are sitting here acting as if Reggie Miller during his time was not the shooter. Like, they shoot more now, but Reggie Miller shot just as much as they shoot now.
No.
That was a part of his game.
Right.
His game was predicated around that.
But if we talking about the style of basketball that was being played, so you're a basketball coach, and I consider you a decent basketball mind, right? And you starting to make me question my ability to
I don't know why.
Look at guys and give them the proper credit, because there were far less possessions, right? There were far less shots taken within the first 10 seconds of the shot clock back then. Like, people actually won't know Stephen Curry come across to the hash mark and shoot a three. That won't happen.
Okay.
So if you got more possessions, then you're going to get more shots up.
The question that is being asked is, who would I take, Reggie Miller or Klay Thompson.
Right, but you just broke down a few different stats about Reggie Miller was the shooter. He shot just as much. He didn't because there were far less possessions.
I took a look at Reggie Miller highlights, and you want to know something?
Uh-oh.
It was 3 highlights that he actually took a shot within the three-pointer. Everything else was outside the three. Literally. I look at Klay Thompson's. He's slashing to the hoop. He's taking threes. And he playing defense.
I think you pulled up the wrong highlight reel.
The wrong highlight.
You see, he was looking silly this year trying to slash.
Man, he won the finals.
Reverse layups and niggas blocking
he
his
won.
shot and all that.
He won. He came off of Achilles and ACL injury. And he still won. Think about it. And he still averaged almost 20 points a game.
No, he didn't. He sold me. He sold me a lot on that on my bets, man.
Listen, that's because you went and bet on him like he Klay Thompson before the 2 injuries.
I like asking him for 2 threes. He couldn't give me that.
Oh my gosh! you had 2 threes in the first half.
Klay was. Wait, you say fat chat?
Fat chat, man.
Hey,
we always gonna fact
one thing
check.
I'm gonna do is fact check, and the facts is the facts.
Well,
Guru knows it. He know that the facts are the facts.
Well, these are the facts right now, right? My man went down there and started his freshman year at left tackle at Shaw, man. How y'all looking this upcoming season?
They're looking good. They're looking real good.
Who would you kind of compare yourself to as a left tackle?
Ooh.
I like to look at Trent Williams.
Now, he went straight to the 99 on Madden now.
No, I'm not saying compare, but that's who I try to look at, and I'm saying
that's who you model your game behind.
That's how I try to. You know what I'm saying? It's you can say I'm gonna say I try. You know what I'm saying?
So if they rated you on Madden, right, what would you be rated?
Be honest with yourself first.
I don't know. I'm saying we saying in my division.
No, I'm saying you as a left tackle overall. Yeah. Far as you know how they rate their players in Madden, far as the speed, agility, strength, awareness, and like toughness, and all that. You'd be a 77.
Yeah. Far as like Madden, yeah.
That's actually pretty good.
So what would be the weakness, far as they got you down to a 77?
I think it's not weak, but it can get better.
What's that?
Pass protection.
Oh.
And that's.
So you're a mauler on the run block.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what you feel like your weakness is.
Yeah.
Right.
So in the off season, like when it's not football season, do you do anything specific to kind of work on it, or?
Yeah. Ladder, bag, stuff like that. Yeah, but I like my pass blocking. I wouldn't say it's bad. I won't.
It can be better than what it is.
You was a freshman, Tank.
Yeah.
You got
you're a veteran
3
now.
more years to get better.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to focus on that and work on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Year in and year out. So you will get better. You mentioned Trent Williams. Who would you say your 3 best offensive linemen in the league are?
Trent Williams. I don't know. That's a good question. The dude from the Rams that retired, he was good.
Winfield.
I like looking at him.
Yeah, he was definitely one of the best.
And like a young dude, y'all gonna say I'm biased, but I like Christian Darrisaw. Not saying like as a top player, but he went to Fort Union. I went to Fort Union.
Mm-hmm.
He went to the Vikings. I like the Vikings, so you know what I'm saying. And he VTech, he a local.
Yeah, so you know he got a lot of reasons to like him.
Yeah, he you know what I'm saying. He under my radar, so I seen his work. He, you know what I'm saying.
Gotcha, man. But we look forward to seeing you this year. You know, we definitely gonna be supporting you and
absolutely
rooting for Shaw.
Yes, sir.
You setting the goals for yourself this season?
Yeah.
And the milestones you want to kind of conquer?
I want to be top in the conference offensive line. We had our offensive line as a group, we already had like we were the lead in rushes in the CIAA. So we were the number 1 rusher in the CIAA.
Oh,
So this year we probably have, the goal is to have 2,000-yard rushers.
that's a hell of a goal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you accomplish it,
Yeah. We had one last year. It was 960 and like 700 or something. So I know we had all sophomores on the line last year.
wow.
So your whole line coming back.
Basically, we had no seniors on offense.
Oh, so we're looking for an offensive explosion out of Shaw this year.
Yes, sir.
Hey, that's nothing like offense. I can tell you that much for sure. So
Offense sell tickets.
man, listen, I wish you nothing but the best, man,
Definitely.
because you came from where we came from. You know what I'm saying? And you out here making your presence felt, and that's greatly appreciated for sure. And you showing these kids out here that, you know, no matter what, when you feel like it ain't a way out, there's always one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And I encourage you to capitalize on the educational side as well. You know, football is great, and we love the sports aspect of it. But, you know, don't let the educational side slide past you, because that's going to be significant as well. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be just as significant as football. So, but no matter what, keep doing what you're doing.
Absolutely.
If we can make it out there to Shaw to check you out live in the,
we
you
gonna
know,
make it, man. We gonna make it. We gonna make it to
Show
at
on the
least a
road,
game,
man.
man.
shoot the podcast in the parking lot. on
Yeah,
there.
we're gonna definitely
You know.
do it. But this is my last question to you: who would you rather block for, Christian McCaffrey or Saquon Barkley?
He gonna say Saquon. You been
saying
saying Saquon the whole
Hey,
time.
man,
so
the
of
man's
course he
the
gonna
offensive
vote.
lineman, man. The man's a starting
I'm
left tackle. The man say it would be much easier blocking, and he gonna get one of them 1,000-yard rushers for sure, blocking for Saquon.
That is so fun. All right, hey, but with that said, guys, that is the show for today. I just want to take the time to thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure that you check us out again, www.betmosports.com. We got the Bet More Sports app coming really, really, really soon. Believe it or not. Join the Bet More Sports group on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. If it's social media, it's Bet More Sports.
Absolutely.
And don't forget, Guru's Picks in the Bet More Sports group on Facebook. So with that said, hey, it was a great night. Tay, we appreciate you. And we definitely tuning in to show this year.
Yes, sir.
And Guru, Bet More Sports, we out.
Till next time.